Hi, welcome to Geeta's classes. So today we are going to see the topic is inconsistency. Okay, so in continuation of the previous video, we have seen what is inconsistent and we have seen one problem in inconsistency, right? So this is coming under Unit 1 Logics and Proofs. So, so this is the problem number 2. So in first problem, we have seen the premises are given directly. So in problem number 2, it is given as statements. So we have to rearrange the statement as premise. Okay. So so let us come to the problem number 2. Show that the following premises are inconsistent. So first premise is given. If Jack misses many classes through illness, then he fails high school. Okay. So you can assume this entire statement as a shortcut form. This is in terms of classes, so you can take it as C. So he fails high school, so it is mentioning school, so you can take it as S. And then he is uneducated, that is Jack is uneducated, you can take it as U. And Jack reads lot of books, you can take it as B, right? So like that you can take this as a simple letter, and then we can easily frame the premises. Okay, so this is the statement given in the problem, right? Now we are moving into the solution. Let C, so we have assumed C to be Jack misses many classes through illness. So it is mentioning about the classes, so we have taken as C. Okay. Now let us take S to be Jack fails high school, and then U to be Jack is uneducated. B to be Jack reads a lot of books. Okay. Now the premises are, okay, so now we are going to write the premise, right? So using the given statement of the problem, so we are writing this premise, right? So let us check whether this premise are there or not. Okay. So first one, this is the question given in the problem, right? If Jack misses many classes through illness, then he fails high school. Okay. So Jack misses many classes through illness, we have taken as C. Okay. He fails high school is yes. So C implies yes, that is the first premise. Okay. Now, first subdivision. Jack fails high school, then he is uneducated. So, fails high school is yes, uneducated is you. So, yes implies you. That is the second premise. Is it clear? So, next one. If Jack reads lot of books, then he is not uneducated. Okay. So, reads lot of books we have taken as B, but he is not uneducated, that is given. So, negation of this U. Okay. So, B implies negation of U, right? So, read the statement carefully and then you frame the premise. Okay. So, Jack misses many classes through illness and reads and means conjunction, joining word, and reads lot of books. Okay. So, reads lot of books B, misses many classes is C. So, we have written C and B. Okay. So, now you understand how to frame the premise using the given question, right? Now, so using this premise, we have to arrive at the conclusion false. Okay. So, now frame the table now. So, you are writing 3 columns, right? Step number, statement, reason. So, first 2 steps statements are the given premise. Okay. So, given premise we have taken C implies yes, yes implies you. Okay. So, these 2 statements are nothing but given premise, that is rule P, right? Now, you combine 1 and 2. So, if you combine 1 and 2, C implies yes, yes implies you, you can write C implies you. This is by hypothetical syllogism. So, we are combining step 1 and step 2, and then using hypothetical syllogism, we are writing C implies you. Again, we are using the given premise P implies not you. So, that is rule P. Okay. So, now you write the contrapositive of this statement. Okay. So, what is the contrapositive of this statement? So, negation of second term implies negation of first term. Okay. What is negation of negation U? That is U. Okay. U implies negation of first term, negation B. So we are writing for the fourth step contrapositive. Okay. Now you combine third step and the fifth step. Right. C implies U implies not B. So we are combining these two steps. So by using hypothetical syllogism, C implies not B. So we are writing C implies not B. Okay. So using hypothetical syllogism, we are writing C implies not B. Right. Next. So we are continuing with the sixth step. So using sixth step, we are applying conversion law. We have written the statement to be negation C implies negation B. Okay. Now, so using seventh step, so we are applying De Morgan's law. De Morgan's law means we are taking the negative sign outside. So C and B, it becomes C and B, right? So for this, again, we are applying given premise. So that is rule P. So we have taken the given premise C and B, that is rule P. Now you combine 8 and 9. So here C and B is there, here not of C and B is there. You can combine these two steps by using the conjunction and, right? So using 8 comma 9 conjunction, we are arriving at 10th step, right? Now we can say not of P and P is false. Okay, similarly here we can write this as false by negation law, right? So we are using 10th step, and so we have written negation law, that is the conclusion. We are arriving at false. So then therefore we are getting false. So the given premises are inconsistent. Okay, so therefore the given premises are inconsistent. Okay, we're able to follow. So you have only thing is you have to remember all the rules for this problem. Okay, so if you remember these rules, you can able to write the reason, right? So if you like this video, share to your friends, subscribe Geeta's classes. Thank you.